Today, we'll explore what an engine valve is in a car and how it works. You'll understand what an overhead engine valve is. We'll explore its types and the symptoms of bad engine valve. Stick to the end as we'll explore how much it will cost you to replace the component. Quick recap. Internal combustion engines use a valve to allow and restrict the flow of fluid or gas from the combustion chamber. An overhead valve, OHV engine, is a piston engine whose valves are located in the cylinder head above the combustion chamber. Medium-sized intercombustion engines are designed to have either intake ports and exhaust valves, or both intake and exhaust valves. Smaller engines like two-stroke petrol or gasoline engines use intake and exhaust ports. Engine valves are designed as poppet-style valves because of their up and down popping motion and feature a conical profile valve head. Issues with intake valves can lead to poor combustion, compromising the proper operation of the vehicle over time and reducing its performance. A quick reminder to subscribe, like, and share this video. We post insightful auto guides weekly. So, what is an engine valve? An engine valve is a mechanical part of an internal combustion engines that allow and restrict the flow of fluid or gas to and from the combustion chambers or cylinders during the engine operation. They are mechanically opened and closed so that air enters and release exhaust gases into the engine cylinder. The valves are located in the head casting of the engine. The area in which the valve seals against the head is called the valve seat. Medium-sized internal combustion (IC) engines are designed with either intake ports and exhaust valves, or both intake and exhaust valves. However, smaller two-stroke petrol engines use intake and exhaust ports. This is to say they are not designed with valves. Now, let me explain the overhead valve. An overhead valve OHV engine is a piston engine that have its valve located in the cylinder head above the combustion chamber. Unlike the flathead engines that have theirs below the combustion chamber of the engine block. The non-conventional OHV have their camshaft located in the engine block. The camshaft is designed to transfer its motion using push rods and rocker arms so that the valve can be operated at the top of the engine. An overhead camshaft OHC engine also has overhead valves. To avoid confusion, overhead valve engines that use push rods are often called pushrod engines. Some early intake-over-exhaust engines used a hybrid design, combining elements of both side valves and overhead valves.
The function of an engine valve is to block or pass flow in engine systems. It is a mechanical device that interacts with other components, like rocker arms, for precise timing. Valves are common in combustion engines using various fuels: gasoline, diesel, natural gas, propane. Variants based on the number of cylinders, operating cycles, 2-cycle or 4-cycle, and valve designs, OHV, OHC, VIB. Key component and diagram. The part of an engine valve includes valve head, valve stem, keeper groove, and actuation. Valve head seals against the valve seat to prevent fluid or gas passage under combustion pressure. Valve stem connects the valve to engine mechanics, enabling movement against seating pressure from valve springs. Keeper groove holds the spring in position. Actuation via rocker arm, tappet, or lifter that contacts the valve stem tip. A quick reminder to subscribe to our channel. We post educational automobile videos weekly. Now, let's continue. How does the engine valve work? In a car engine, the valve that allows the mixture into the cylinder is called the inlet valve, while the one through which the used gases are known as the exhaust valve. They are designed to open and close at precise moments. This is why the engine runs efficiently at all speeds. The engine also has a part called cams. They look like pear-shaped lobes. They are designed to control the operation of the valve. They are controlled by a rotating shaft. The shaft is called the camshaft, and it is driven by a chain, a belt, or even a set of gears from the crankshaft. As the push rod rises on the cam, it pivots the rocker arm, which pushes the valve down, open, against the pressure of its spring. As the cam lobe rotates further, the valve spring acts to close the valve. This is called an overhead valve, OHV system. Some engines have no push rods. The valves are operated more directly by single or double camshafts in the cylinder head itself, in the overhead cam system. As there are fewer moving parts between the camshaft and the valve, the overhead cam OHC method is more efficient and produces more power for a given engine capacity than an engine with pushrods because it can operate at higher speeds.
With either system, there must be some free play in the operating gear so that the valve can still close completely when parts have expanded due to heat. Let's proceed to the various types of engine valves. The three types of engine valves include rotary valve, poppet valve, and sleeve valve. Rotary valve. The rotary valves are available in various forms. One of it is the disc-type rotary valve. It consists of a rotating disc that has a port. It communicates alternately with the inlet and exhaust manifolds when rotating. Rotary valves have simple construction and are manufactured at cheaper costs. They are suitable for high-speed engines. These valves experience lower stress and vibration. Rotary valves perform smooth, uniform, and noise-free operations. Poppet valve. The poppet valve is also known as a mushroom valve because of its shape. It is used to control the timing and quantity of gas flow into an engine. It is the most widely used valve in an automobile engine. It is called a poppet valve due to its motion of popping up and down. It consists of a head and a stem. The valve face, usually with an angle of 30 degrees to 45 degrees, is ground perfectly, since it has to match the valve seat for perfect sealing. The stem has a spring retainer lock groove, and its end is in contact with the cam for up and down movements of a valve. In exhaust, a pressure differential helps to seal the valve. In intake valves, the pressure differential helps open them.
Lastly, the sleeve valve. The sleeve valve has a tube or sleeve that fits between the piston and the cylinder wall in the cylinder of an internal combustion engine, where it rotates, slides. The ports on the side of the sleeves come into alignment with the cylinder's inlet and exhaust ports at the appropriate stages in the engine cycle. These types of valves are simple in construction and are silent in operation. There is less noise because there are no noise-making parts, like valve cams, rocker arm, tappets, valves, etc. The sleeve valve has less tendency to detonate. Also, cooling is very effective as the valve is in contact with the water jackets. A quick reminder to tell you to kindly subscribe to our channel. We post automobile knowledge weekly. So now, let's continue. What are the signs you'll notice when your engine valve has a problem? Symptoms of damaged valves are not always easy to recognize, as the damage can vary depending on the cause and the defect that shows up. Some key things you should watch for are a loss of power or any unusual noises from the engine, particularly metallic ticking. Ticking or popping noises are frequently encountered issues associated with valve troubles in engines, often appearing before other symptoms become evident.
These sounds typically intensify in volume and frequency as the engine accelerates, indicating potential wear or misalignment of valve train components or insufficient engine lubrication. Most vehicles utilize hydraulic lifters that require consistent lubrication and pressure. Any deviation in pressure can result in excess movement within the valve train. Blue smoke emanating from the tailpipe is another critical sign of engine issues, which should not be overlooked. While not exclusively indicative of valve problems, it often appears alongside ticking or popping sounds. Wear in valve guides and seals can permit oil to infiltrate the combustion chamber, leading to its combustion with fuel. Drivers may notice a consistent decline in oil levels, suggesting consumption, and should rule out external leaks. Generally, small amounts of blue smoke may result from valve guide and seal wear, while larger quantities could signal more severe issues, such as damaged piston rings, necessitating professional mechanical evaluation. Engine power loss represents a further symptom of potential valve dysfunction. Valves must maintain a tight fit within their seats. Leaks from valve guides and seals can lead to oil buildup on valves, resulting in compression issues and subsequent power reductions. Burnt valves, characterized by material loss or hole formation, also play a role in diminishing engine performance by leaking gases and compromising compression. Contributing factors to burnt valves often include neglected leaking seals and guides, as well as other unresolved compression-related problems, particularly if paired with issues in the cooling system or exhaust gas recirculation or EGR system. Now moving to the final part of this video, you'll understand the replacement cost of an engine valve in 2026. The replacement cost of an engine valve can range between $900 to $2,000. A single valve replacement cost is about $100 to $200.
A valve replacement job is often expensive due to labor costs. Mechanics can spend all day on a full valve replacement, depending on the size and type of the engine. Issues with intake valves can lead to poor combustion. This can compromise the proper operation of the vehicle over time and reduce its performance. The indicators of valve issues include noise, ticking, loss of power, ignition difficulties, high fuel consumption, and excessive smoke from the exhaust. Removing and replacing the engine valves is not a task for anyone. That is all for this video. I hope it was helpful. If so, kindly like and share. Tell us the experience with your car engine's valve, how you fix, and how long it take you. You can also tell us how frustrating it's cost you.